Hello everybody, my name is Mehdi Kordnavasi. This is the third movie of chapter 4 Thinking IT through Service Strategy in the concept of ITIL or Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Let's start with activities of service portfolio management. The following activities are normally performed in the service strategy stage of the service life cycle. You can perform them on your complete set of services or just one service. These activities take the service to the stage where it has been approved and the resources identified and made available. Once the service has been charted, it moves through the other stages of the service lifecycle. Remember, in the service portfolio management process, the decision to move service through these subsequent phases to approve the design and promote the service to service transition must be made by senior management. Whenever management makes such a decision, you update the service portfolio to change the status of the service and to allocate the necessary resources in the service portfolio. The following section look at each activity of the service portfolio management process in turn. The first, initiate process. Because service portfolio management is the main means of meaning new services and change to existing services and prioritizing these investments, you must have a formal method to triggering these activities. Service portfolio management can be initiated in many ways, such as strategy management for IT services. This is the process that defines the strategy of your IT services. The strategy will provide guidance on which services you introduce, modify, or retire. Deciding to act on your strategy will trigger the service portfolio management process. The next is business relationship management. I think this is a very important part. This process maintains a relationship with your customers and so will receive requests from them for new services or change to the services. And the next important part is continual service improvement or CSI. Will identify initiatives for improving your services and process. The investment will require authorization. And the last is other service management process. Each service management process identifies options that need investment. Often these are initiated through change management. However, if significant investment is required, this should be handled through service portfolio management. Let's define the process. Define activities of service portfolio management. Define the IT service. You should maintain a standard set of information for each service so that each time you add a new service to the service portfolio, you collect the same set of information. One key task is to establish a business case. Every service in the service portfolio must have a business case. The high-level business requirements of the service and a cost-benefit analysis. The next is analyze. Analyze activities of service portfolio management. Analyze the service to establish its alignment with your strategy for service management. You compare each IT service with your strategy to establish how well the service contributes to the achievement of the strategy. This provides a way of establishing the relative priority of each service and enable you to carry out an investment appraisal of each service. The next activity is approve. Based on the analysis of each service, you can decide whether to invest in the IT service now or delay or reject the investment. If the answer is invest now, the service is approved and the service and resources are authorized. Approved activities will include a regular review of all services in the service portfolio, including those in the service catalog. For existing service, the outcome of the review falls into one of the following 6 categories. Retain. Keep the service as it is. Replace. Replace the service. Rationalize. Make better use of the assets required to provide the service. Refactor. In case where some of the functionality of the service can be better achieved by removing it to a different service. Renew. A service that may require some technical updating. And retire. Retire the service. Let's talk about approving change proposal. Having decided the general approach when investing in new services or major change to existing services, a change proposal should be submitted by service portfolio management to change management for authorization. In ITIL, a change proposal is a document that includes a high-level description of a potential service introduction or significant change, along with the corresponding business case and an expected implementation schedule. The change proposal allows change management to assess the impact of the proposed change on other services and on the availability of resources. It also provides change management with advance warning of the change if it is authorized and warns them to expect a number of requests for change or RFC to be raised to manage the introduction of the service and its constituent components. Change management will assess the proposed design and resource requirement in order to discover if the new or changed service is feasible. This is only high-level work at this stage. The full design of the service will commence once the service has been charted. The result of the assessment is either the authorization or rejection of the change proposal. Charter. Having made the decision to approve the service and commit the resource and capabilities necessary to develop it. You must now communicate the decision and get the ball rolling. A charter is a document that contains details of the new or changed service and is used to communicate the steps and the costs and benefits to the organization and to plan to implement the approval. In many cases, the approve and charter steps are similar to your project approval and project initiation activities.
I'm Mr. Demand, and I'm dealing with all new IT projects.
Hiya, I'm Mr. Supply, and I'm responsible for the IT factory. What's with the box there, Mr. Demand?
Well, the Demand organisation uses the IT portfolio to govern, manage and monitor new IT projects. You see, 30% of the overall IT budget goes towards new IT initiatives, and we like them to be real investments. So, this is how we manage our business demands. This here is a business project with low risk but great business benefits. So it's a good business investment. And this one here, well, it's got medium level risk, but it's got great alignment with the overall business strategy. So it's a good investment as well. And this, well, that's a very risky project. And it's got very little business value. So we just decided not to do it at all. You know, for us, IT projects are like business investments. We look at the business benefits, the risk, the costs, the overall alignment with the business strategy. You know, this portfolio thinking really has improved our business relationship. We don't talk about the cost anymore, but we talk about the business value of our projects. What's your box for?
Well, this, I use it for running the IT factory. With this box, I manage and service the networks, the database, the hardware, software, applications, and security.
Okay, so that's where the remaining 70% of the IT budget goes to. But what does your box actually do?
Like I said, it delivers a whole set of IT services. Look, these are our infrastructure services. They keep the systems up and running.
And how much do they cost?
I don't know. I can tell you how much the whole box costs.
You're hardly thinking outside of the box, are you?
Look, that's our database services. Oh, and here comes the application services. Those little guys.
But how do you know your customers even need these services? I mean, do you even know what's inside your own box?
No, I don't, and I don't need to. It's a bit like a box of chocolates. You never quite know what you're going to get.
I think you'll find it's a completely different ballgame when you have to explain all this to your customers.
How can we unlock this black box in IT? On the demand side, we use the concept of project portfolio management. This allowed us to optimize the investments we make in IT. The various investments in IT can be matched against the enterprise strategy of the organization, and therefore we can focus on the really high-impact projects in IT. Great. Brilliant. What about the supply side? On the supply side, we can introduce the same type of portfolio thinking, and this is called service portfolio management. This brings the running costs of IT in tune with the cost reduction objectives for your organization. The bottom line is simple. It turns the fixed cost of running IT into a variable one. Great. Here are some tips on how to get started. The best approach is really a bottom-up approach. That means that the first thing you have to do is get a grip on the full cost of your IT services. And don't think silos. Think about life cycle as you move along. The CMDB probably is the best place to do exactly that. Secondly, you want to see the services in a business context. What it means is that you expose them in a service catalog and then link the different business processes to the services in the catalog. Then we bring in the users. Let them rate the importance of the business services. It means that you can focus on those with high business benefit and then source those with little business benefit. This is the trick to turn a fixed cost into a variable one. So finally, this is about bonding with the business. This is not a one-time thing. This is a regular thing that you have to do. You have to sit down with the business stakeholders. You have to discuss the services pipeline, review the cost benefits of the existing services, and then make the right decisions on the buy, source, or retire of services. So, with service portfolio management, you can unlock this black box of IT and put IT assets and services into a business context and bring value into a cost equation. Now you're ready to transform a black box cost center into a customer-focused service provider.
Okay, thank you for watching this movie. In the next movie, I will talk about the financial management for IT services or money. Thank you.